Good evening, dear sisters and brothers. Welcome to today's edition of Being Heartful Every Day, a joyful invention program. We are on week 15, and the quality for the week is flexibility. And we are on day 101. We have come a long way, so we are on day 101. So my name is Prasanna Krishna, and I will be facilitating today's program. So, before we start, I think there's a small request as usual that we should circulate masterclasses, Daji's masterclasses to people who may not know about Heartfulness so that they can look into this and start the practice. And also we are looking at seeing if we can circulate the Being Heartful Everyday program, which is being done to all practitioners of Heartfulness who are not registered to the program. So please feel free to circulate. Let's do it to one or two friends every day so that we can gain more visibility within the system. So moving on to the program now, we'll go forward with the inspirational reading. So we were reading about the art of removing and creating habits. And one of the main things we discussed yesterday was when we can rise above reactiveness, we can pause. The wisdom of the heart can truly guide our responses and decisions. So continuing forward, heartfulness practices create the habits of peace and compassion. In practical terms, it is heartfulness cleaning that purifies the consciousness. Without purification, we don't remove the complexities that are the root cause of the subconscious programs. And it's very difficult to change a pattern of habitual response. That doesn't mean we no longer need the flight or fight response. That response is there for our survival. For example, if a fire is threatening your home, you need to act to save your family. What changes is that a purified meditative mind will respond when it is truly needed. And it will also respond in a more refined way rather than reactively. It is through heartfulness meditation that we learn to pause so that the soul can witness and respond through the heart's wisdom in any situation. And through prayer, we develop the habit of resting in the soul's realm, and the heart becomes vacuumized so that the flow of the current of divinity can fill a being. A simple analogy is the flow of the current from positive to the negative in telegraphy. You may still be aware of fear, anger, or anxiety as they are useful emotions. They alert us to help. They alert us to the need to respond or change. But how can we respond? How we use these emotions for positive change, for the betterment of all, is life transforming. We are able to master them so that they take us forward, rather than keeping us locked into patterns of emotional turbulence, conflict, and violence. By violence, I just don't mean physical violence. It can be emotional violence, passive aggressive behavior, and resentment in the case of a person who feels victimized. Violence can also be expressed through withdrawal. Anything that hurts another being can be included in the umbrella of violence. A degree of mastery over these emotions come from regular meditative practices, which refine the mind so that it responds from a progressively higher and higher plane of awareness. The mind works best when it is guided by the wisdom of a pure heart. In fact, even the regions of the brain that are activated are different. One of the main catalysts to bring about this mastery over reactiveness is yogic transmission. Why is it so? For this, we need to remind ourselves of a human anatomy. The three bodies. We have the physical body made of matter. We have the subtle body known as the astral or mental body, which is made up of energy, vibration, thinking, and feeling. It is what we also know as the field of consciousness of the heart and mind. Our third body, the causal body, or the cause of our existence, is the soul. The soul is associated with the absolute state of nothingness, the substratum of existence. It is pure, unchanging, and immutable. When we identify mostly with the physical body, then it's easy to be surrounded by threats in day-to-day life, because our physical being is constantly being bombarded and may not be in a state of full health and well-being. By the way, the part of the mind that creates this sense of identity is the ego, ahankar in yoga. When we identify mostly with the subtle body, our thoughts, feelings, emotions, intellect, knowledge, and ego, we will also be susceptible to threats in day-to-day life, because our minds and hearts are also constantly being bombarded, even more than our physical bodies. Think of an emotional upheaval created by an argument with your partner, your teenage child, or a work colleague, and you will understanding how destabilizing this can be to the peace of the mind of all individuals involved. This is also why we have a stress epidemic in the 21st century, which is clinically affecting the mental health of more than 10% of the world's population, according to World Economic Forum. So I think let's stop here and introspect on what we have read so far, where Daji talks about the three bodies and how cleaning can help us. And he also said transmission can help us. And I think we'll look at it as we go forward. So let's introspect on what we read for a couple of minutes. And at 9 o'clock, we'll start a universal prayer. Yeah, we are at 9 p.m. now. So let's begin a universal prayer. We sit comfortably, close our eyes, and with a very prayerful attitude, pray that all brothers and sisters are being filled with love and devotion, and real faith is growing stronger in them. I think the attitude is very important, not so much the words. The attitude with which we should pray is that all brothers and sisters are being filled with love and devotion, and real faith is growing stronger in them. हम अभी अपना यूनिवर्सल प्रेयर शुरू करेंगे. एक प्रार्थना भाव में गहराई, अपने मन को गहराई की प्रार्थना भावने में ले जाके ये प्रार्थना करेंगे कि सभी भाई बहन प्रेम और भक्ति से भर रहे हैं और उनमें सच्ची श्रद्धा दृढ़ होती जा रही है. फिर से पढ़ूंगा. पढ़ने के वक्त हम ये मन में रखना चाहिए कि जो भाव है वो सबसे बेहतर इंपॉर्टेंट है. शब्दों तो रहेगा पर वो भाव है ना, वो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है. ये प्रार्थना करेंगे कि सभी भाई बहन प्रेम और भक्ति से भर रहे हैं और उनमें सच्ची श्रद्धा दृढ़ होती जा रही है. We'll do this prayer for 15 minutes. We'll stop at 9:50. can gently open our eyes while trying to retain the prayerful attitude as long as we can. So we come to the end of today's program. See you all tomorrow at 6 a.m. A gentle reminder, let's all of us do the bedtime prayer before we go to bed tonight. So see you all tomorrow morning. Thank you and namaste.